every time. Look at that. Did you see that bow?
So we adopted a dog. Her name is Suki, aka Suki Duke, aka Dukers. That's Misha's new best friend. Suki Dookie. What's going on there? What's going on, Suki Dukes? What are you doing? Misha Lynn, honey. I'm gonna have to clean the lens. Fruitcake. What you doing, honey? What? Oh, let's cry about it some more.
Misha, is that your mama? Is that your mama? Mother of Misha.
Hell yeah, son.
How you doing?
Hell yeah.
Suckers!
We've been training. She got
Training.
like a
What?
somewhere
What?
between a C+
What?
and a B-.
What?
She thought about going back to her murderous roots.
Chasing chickens?
And
Oh, the girl.
yeah, and she decided to test me, but her better impulses prevailed.
Yeah. Hello. Hi.
Hello.
Hello, puppet. Ow.
Violence is my love.
Look, it's been 100. It's been over 100 degrees for like 2 months straight, and it might rain today. Ooh, there it is. That was a good
Lord
shot.
willing and the creek don't rise,
Look at
as
that.
they say.
And the ducks hopefully be real happy.
Like every nasty storm that we've ever had, they're just like prevailing as they're like hunkered down to the grass.
And sifting the nasty mud water. Anyways, welcome back to another day after work, right, Ben?
Yep, another day in the life.
We're gonna do the brakes on the S14.
Oh, I cut your hair!
Oh yeah, Kelsey's gonna cut my hair. We gotta put the Packard on the lift tonight so that we
That nasty thing
can
off the lift.
get it knocked out.
That nasty thing off the lift.
You're really gonna clean my truck or no?
Yeah, you not want to clean truck?
Oh, that's fantastic. I love you.
Okay. I thought that sounded like a thank you. I just wasn't sure.
Anyways, all I've got to do left, well, there's always something to do, but I'm gonna do a quick bolt check for everything. The other day I realized I had God, it's so dusty under here from that last event. This traction arm was a little loose. Toe arms, all that look good. It is so dusty under here. Everything's nice and tight. Wait, that was weird. Oh, that might be a little loose. Not supposed to do that. So check those guys. Check all of that. That's all just the typical stuff I check. Drive shaft's nice and tight. Everything else. But main thing I wanted to do is put some new brake pads on the car. I don't use any fancy brake pads. I just use some cheap O'Reilly stuff. Really, I mean, we don't necessarily, like I brakes are to stop the car and handbrake works and all that, but if it works, it works. I'm not trying to put some crazy race spec pads on here. Aside from a bath, I think we're ready to go. Ah, that thing is heavy. Look at the lights, she says. Thank goodness for four-wheel drive Crocs. Yeah, this thing's heavy. Pushing it in. Whew. So that's an iron block inline 8. Okay, so nobody has ever heard of it. Some may have, but I know when we got it, I didn't. So there's a couple things I need to do. Not a whole lot, but Kelsey's got to put this cover back on. Sitting over there. Then I've got the biggest challenge will be making a new battery box because I got a bigger battery. It's got more cold cranking amps. Then after that, it's put the drive shaft back in, put this plate back in over the torque converter and the hood, and she'll be ready to go. So I've got some 16 gauge steel here. I'm just going to start basically recreating this thing. What I'm going to do is get it up to where it has a lip on both sides, and then I am going to make this deal, these triangles, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to bend it instead of trying to cut it and weld it and make that look nice. It'll be a whole lot easier if I can bend it. So I decided to add an inch. So it looks a little messy, but I added an inch because the way the body is shaped on here, if I make it exactly 7 inches, which is the width of the battery, I think it's going to hit the side. So I made it 8 inches. I made it to where it has an 8-inch clearance to the bend. Always got some movement, some space, and then so I'm going to follow this line, cut to here. This entire section gone, this entire section gone. So cut it out as a square first, or a rectangle, and then cut out the excess and start bending it up. Here's what it looks like all cut up. Now you can kind of, it's taking shape already, which is fairly quick. I should have used this steel from my tunnel. I accidentally used a little bit thicker and it was harder to bend, but this one, easy to cut. Hopefully it's gonna be a whole lot easier to bend. So you gotta kind of be, I guess, methodical is the right term on how to bend this. You don't want to bend these corners yet. You got to do this. So I'm going to bend this first, and then I'm going to vice grip, or put some steel in the vice. I'll leave a couple pieces of angle, and that way I can just bend this section, and then this section, and it'll be all bent up. And yeah, actually, fairly easy. All you have to do now is just cut a strip to put along the back side to be able to support the 2 wings, and then that way I can bolt it, probably 2 strips. So I'm gonna start bending now. Pretty good. I wish I had a brake, I think is what they're called. A brake would be so much easier to bend steel with. So I'm going to raise it up a little bit because it's not very accurate doing it this way. Just get it off the line. Tight. And it should just go like this. Sometimes you got to finesse it with a hammer. Suki's second time off leash. Up. What's he doing, Suki? Forget it. Misha's like, mine. Get it, baby. Get it. Oh, look at that. I had to modify this thing a little bit because the way it was wasn't sitting in here very nice. So I actually ended up cutting and bending the back section and then trimming this guy, trimming this guy. Actually, that guy's at an angle just because of the way the fender well is formed. So now it fits well. I'm going to put some spacers underneath it and then weld the tabs on and we'll be done. Just like that, you get a battery tray. Best thing that I figured out, so the tabs are always in the right spot, or at least when you weld it in place. Bolt them up to where you want them first. Like, make sure they fit right, but bolt them up to where you want them, and then put the, like what I did here is I put these on, bolted up. I bolted these where I wanted them, and then put the tray up to it and kind of held it and tacked it, and welded it down. Then I took it off and I welded the back sides, so everything's fully welded. It's pretty sturdy, and tomorrow I'll put it on the car and finish this thing up. There's not much more to go. Throw the oil filter on it, change the oil, put that cap cover on and the drive shaft. Back together at last. Whew. Old cars are so different. How everything's put together. The universal joint on the drive shaft held me up for a little bit, and I realized I'm missing some clips. So I had to make something work, but the car is back together.
My brakes are
The brakes are, I need to see the brakes though, and they go all over the floor.
broke it.
Takes a lot less effort now. Put all the way to the floor with the brakes. Loading day. I forgot to finish the video yesterday. I got distracted because Kelsey's car's brakes decided to go to the floor. Seeing that I've never looked and done a good checkup on the car, I mean, I can see why. Things are leaking and whatnot. The brakes had no brake fluid in it. The master cylinder is on the frame rail. They really didn't make it easy to check or adjust anything or get to anything, but I got it. I found it, got under the car. Luckily we have a lift, and realized it was bone dry. For how long? I don't know. But now the car is ready to go. So I'm pulling them out. I'm gonna go load up the trailer. Oh, I forgot. So this is what it looks like under the hood. So that big thing there is an oil bath air filter. Not exactly sure how the air, I guess the air goes in right here through the bottom of it. But this tray is full of oil and the filter sits in that tray. Weird. Other than that, it's pretty simple under here. A big old battery. That there is the generator. It's not an alternator, it's a generator. 6-volt power. I believe this is the oil filter, oil breather, like crankcase for the ventilator. And this, I think, is the blower for the air. Not AC, but it's just air, hot air. Really? Holy crap! They barely fit. It was very hard. Kelsey almost got stuck in the middle trying to tie her car down. Oh, you kind of did get stuck. I couldn't do it. I'm too big. And then, so that's Kelsey's car. Yeah, that's a Packard in there. And with my car, we got about this much space. Usually if we have the Beamer, we could see the blue mark in there. There it is. It's like about a foot forward. And then we usually have room still in between the cars.
I'm hot and sweaty. That's hard.
Anyways, see y'all this weekend.
Packard time.